Namaste. During the past few days and even past few years, I've been receiving several queries regarding the amendment to be made in a LLP agreement or a partnership deed. How to make an agreement and what document is to be executed. Let us take a small example. Suppose there is a LLP agreement or a partnership deed, and you have to amend a clause of a partnership deed or the LLP agreement. आपका पार्टनरशिप डीड है या एलएलपी एग्रीमेंट, उसका एक आपकी क्लॉज अमेंड करना. Suppose the clause is related to the amendment in the partner's salary, or the amendment in the profit loss sharing ratio, or addition of a partner, or retirement or dissolution or retirement of a partner, or suppose the interest clause is to be amended, or some banking clause is to be amended. So how that agreement, how that LLP agreement or the partnership deed is to be amended, what document is to be prepared for that? Can you tell what agreement? I've had several sessions in which the answer which came to me was addendum or a supplementary deed. Is it so? Is in all cases the supplementary agreement or the supplementary deed is to be prepared? No. In all cases it has not to be. So in which cases? In two cases. One is when there is an amendment or a change in partners, number of partners, or change in their profit loss sharing ratio. मान लीजिए 4 पार्टनर है, उसमें से एक निकल रहा है, तो उसके अंदर पार्टनरशिप के पार्टनर्स चेंज हो रहे हैं या उनका प्रॉफिट लॉस रेशियो चेंज हो रहा है. In both these cases, the document which is to be prepared is not the supplementary deed, but the reconstitution agreement or the reconstitution deed. Again, I am repeating, in these two cases, the document which is to be prepared is the reconstitution agreement or the deed. In all other cases, whether there is a change in remuneration of the partners, or the interest clause, or the address, or any other new clause is to be added, for that the document which is to be prepared is the supplementary agreement or the deed. Right? So what is the difference when you prepare these two documents? In the supplementary agreement or supplementary deed, what you have to do is you have to say this new clause is being added, this new para is being added to the deed, or this new clause is to be added to the agreement. You say this clause is deleted and replaced by this, and all other clauses of the previous agreement or the deed would be following as it is. But in the case of reconstitution, you have to prepare the whole deed, giving the reference of the earlier deed, the deed on which that agreement was established, that LLP agreement was established, or the partnership deed was registered in both these cases. So in the reconstitution, the whole agreement would be prepared, and in the supplementary, the specific clauses would be amended. In the case of LLP, because that agreement, when it is amended, it is to be filed with the Registrar of Companies. So that is to be filed in form number 3. Now the question which arises, what is the value of stamp paper on which this agreement should be prepared? In the case of partnership deed and LLP agreement, there is a small difference. Because in case the partner's capital is increased, if the partner's capital is increased in the case of LLP, the maximum fee which is payable is 5,000 rupees. Suppose an LLP was created with 1 lakh rupees of capital. And now when you are amending the deed, you are increasing that capital to 5 lakh. Is that enhanced fee which is to be paid? Is to be paid. That fee is to be paid with the Registrar of Companies. But the stamp paper on which it is to be prepared, it is to be the normal agreement paper, which varies from state to state. In Delhi, which we prepare normally for a partnership deed, is a 200 rupees stamp paper. So it is not that the differential amount stamp duty is to be paid on the stamp paper. The filing fee with the registrar is separate. Right? So two things. First, in which cases you will have to prepare the reconstitution deed or agreement is in two cases: when there is an amendment in the partners, or there is an amendment in their profit loss sharing ratio. In all other cases, it would be supplementary deed of the agreement. Third, and the very other important thing is कि वो स्टैम्प पेपर कब का होना चाहिए. what is the validity of the stamp paper? Now it is settled and most of the professionals know, but still for the benefit of all, it has been established by the Supreme Court. जो हम कहते हैं 6 महीने की वैलिडिटी है, 6 months validity of the stamp paper. No, it is not so. 6 months validity is for the getting stale or getting the refund of that stamp value. There is no date by which that stamp paper gets invalidated. So even if a stamp paper is 1 year old or 2 years old, you can still execute today. Right? So again, I'm repeating all the 3 things. First, reconstitution deed is to be prepared when there is a change in partners or change in profit loss sharing ratio. In that case, the whole deed of the agreement would have to be prepared again, giving the reference to the deed by which that establishment was formed. And in the case of supplementary agreement, only the replaced clause has to be mentioned, and then you have to say at the end the clauses of the otherwise deed of the agreement would prevail. And stamp duty value, again, stamp duty validity is not 6 months, but any date the stamp paper is there, after that you can prepare. Thank you very much.